Hello there, Murray the Pieman for the final of the pilot season, and as it was requested, I thought it was churlish of me not to at least give it a go. So, for this playthrough, I'm going to be doing about 20 minutes of Riven. Now, this is a version I got from GOG, rather than my original version, which was I think it's 3 or 4 CDs worth of game. So hopefully I won't have to do disk swaps. I've not actually tried it that much. Hopefully getting this configured, because it doesn't run in DOS shell or anything, or DOS box, it's actually quite difficult to configure for running on a modern PC, or at least doing video capture for. But I've tried my best. It doesn't window, you see, so it's kind of tricky to do a window capture. So I've kind of had to do something. We'll see how it pans out. So let's hit play Riven. And I think we have to go through the intros first. Yep. So there's Red Orb, who were, I think, a division of Cyan, or Broderbund. I forgot it was Broderbund who were responsible for this. And I think this is the version for Cyan's world. So on Mist they should be going to da 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 dee do do, but they were trying to do something a bit more mysterious. Indeed, the soundtracks kicked in, which I quite like. The logo's playing over it, a bit cinematic. I do actually have the soundtrack CD. It's atmospheric, I'll say. I've got both Mist. In fact, I've got the first 3 Mist games soundtracks. So, yeah, I've maybe got a wee thing for these games, shall I say. Now this one does leave off after Mist, so hopefully you've watched the Mist playthrough first for any of this to make sense. Had nowhere to go, actress.
There's a great deal of history that you should know. I'm afraid that I must continue my writing.
Yeah, I know. It's okay, I read a Italian novel, I know the history.
Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there.
That's the exposition notebook. I will do.
For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this.
Okay. Kind of like a way
It
out.
used to be a linking book back here in Denver. But it's actually a one-man prison.
Like the ones you put your sons in.
You'll need it, I'm afraid,
Okay.
to capture Gan.
Gen. Who's Gen? I know who Gen is. I read the tie-in novel.
Once you've found Catherine,
Remember her from the first game?
signal me, and I'll come with a linking book.
Okay. Anything else? Because I'm just standing here staring at your writing. Ah. Which is the Riven linking book, I believe.
There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to
Ooh.
the place that you came from.
But there's not a proper picture, so that indicates, for those of you who read the tie-in stuff, that indicates an unstable age. We won't actually see much of that, but you know, it's something. Yes, not called Mists 2, it's called Riven. Ah, and here we are. So, successful start. Bum. Well, that's inauspicious. Stuck in a cell. Watching a quick time movie by the looks of things. Yeah, I may have been expected. Or at least someone might have known where someone would appear. Looks like this guy. False alarm again. Probably mice. Just mice. Don't look over here. Don't look over here. Oh. Yeah. Oh. Hello. Yes, I'll try speaking English slowly. Can I have some... Oh. English. English. Yeah, this doesn't work. I wish I learned more languages. It's a book. 2 words? 10 words? 10 words? Me. 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 Eat. Me. We're not playing charades, are we? I don't think you're... Snatch. Steal. Oi! Mine! Can't believe he stole my book. I thought we were playing charades. Oh, right, okay, stung, mosquitoes, disease, dying, death. We're still not playing charades, are we? I think I may have misjudged this situation. Yeah. No, he's fine. He's fine. Look, he's leaving. He's leaving. So he's okay. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure nothing bad has happened to Strange Book Thief Mimey Man. He wasn't miming, he was trying to say something. Strange Book Chief Bad Charades Man. Book Chief, Book Thief. I'm still in a cage though. I'm in a cage. Ooh. That's a superhero maybe? He's got a sickle. I do believe he's pulled the release lever. But he has also nicked my book. This is what happens when you close libraries. People trap you in cages and kill each other over books. That's the half of it. So, this is Riven. As you can see, I'm standing in my cage, currently feeling quite safe here. There is some options there, and down here I have an inventory now. New thing, we've got an inventory. So, in here should be the little notebook. 87610. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark of my father's work, also his birthday cards. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. Like the makers of Mass Effect Andromeda. Topical, maybe. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. 87616. Oh. I don't know how, that's a different dating system. I was about to say quite a while away, but no, probably 6 later. 6 whatever's, I don't know. Revisions to Riven complete. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but have thus far observed no change. It is possible I have made an error, though I have checked my entry against the pre-notation and can find no discrepancy. I've not had rest in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest, I will see something. Whoop. I shall skip pages. One. Why? There. 871618. Success! It appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it is impossible to know with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work, and I shall be free at last to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. I've received no sign from her in that time, and I'm afraid that... No! I must assume that she is alright, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. So we know, since Atlas was trapped in Dunny, 8 months... Did he say 8 months? Yes, 8 months have passed with him working on this. 87619. I did not create the Age of Riven. Unlike my father, I have never presumed to have such power. And yet, the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far I have managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I have saved a dying world, but the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. Well, this is irritating. Come on. The problem now is Gen. I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he once was. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, so it's 30 years after the first tie-in novel, but his history forces me to assume that he is still a threat. His myopic mission to restore the Denai civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake, and would continue to do so, were he once again be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age, as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe from his corruptive influence for the past 33 years because no one has been able to leave that age, the last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the Starfisher upon my return to Mist. That was my intention, to maroon my father on Riven by removing all the existing links to other worlds, and since the art of constructing boots had long been lost with the fall of Denai, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime, and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, that is what we achieved. But the way it fell, however, I'm saying this book's got sticky pages, which is weird, was no one's ideal. Though the sting of the incident has gradually faded from my memory, the deep pain of responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear. Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue, but it never was my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough! To dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I have acquired in the years since that time have yet to be applied to this problem. I think I have a solution. Why it did not occur to me sooner I do not know, unless the idea had been pushed out with the thought of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Denai, I chanced upon the formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, I'm actually going to stop there on the prison book, because I think at the moment all you're going to get is me reading. Suffice to say, Gen is actually Atris's father. In the Book of Atris, you get to hear about their meeting and Gen trying to groom Atris and indeed bring him to this age. So we've got some sort of telescope here, but we can't see anything. And that's because there's a lock panel. Now, allegedly this combination is procedurally generated. I'm not going to risk it yet. Is that a control there? No. Oh. Yeah, there's a handle there. That does nothing. So, I've turned a switch, but there's our prison, and there's the daggers, which were one of the main symbols of Riven. Now, this might look more primitive than Myst. It's because, remember, the edition of Myst I was playing was Real Myst Masterpiece Edition, while this is just the old game. Oh, we can look down. There, you see, told you he was fine. He's having a nap. He's nipped down to a ledge to have a wee sleep. So we're fine. We're fine. No one's died. We're all safe. So let's go up the stairs. Let's explore Riven a bit. This is what Myst would have looked like. So you can see the stationary images rather than the... So if I press that button, what does that do? Ooh, how very Indiana Jones. A rotating room. I believe if I look through that little spy hole, it should show me what position the room's sitting in now. So I can see a locked door. Not much use. Press the button again. You can tell this is going to be a future puzzle though, can't you all? You all suitably back in a Myst mindset to see that this will be some sort of puzzle of the future. Oh, yep, round again. I'm sure. What does that show us? Probably another locked door, but on the other side of the room. Could be wrong. Ah, yes, so we've got some writing and another locked door. Either way, I don't think we're going to be getting through this room at this point, but nonetheless, we will watch this door rotate once again, slowly round, and that should hopefully give me my opening. Yeah, and so you can see what we have in this room, such as it is that logo which you saw on the screen. In fact, that's quite a few places. There's a lot of beetles. There's some writing. That's actually Denai. So that's where we came in. There's some writing. Some more writing. A closed-off gateway which we can't open. And then the way out. And if we go up to these beetles, if you pull that, that opens, and you can see a little image. So, I'm going to actually go through this, because this is actually, again, kind of their neat little animations, so they have seen there has been some slight improvement. So, I think, are they all the same? That looks like a picture of someone with images spurting out. Perhaps he's writing a book. Are they all the same? Let's try. I think they are. Could this be... Oh no, there he is, as a saviour figure. So this is almost like a little church, maybe? Now this is because Gen, Atris's father, pitched himself as a god who created ages, and that looks like he's casting someone... Ah, well you can zoom in. Alright, let's go back to the start, I'm afraid. Background. So we started at the door one. So we'll pull this. Check the picture. So there he is. There's Gen, pitching himself as a god of stained glass, creating worlds in his books. That's what he believed. He believed they were creating worlds, not just linking to a kind of multiverse. So then... Was that the one? Yeah, so that was the one we looked at. So then I think it's... Is it that? Is that the same one? I'm getting lost here already. It's the problem... Yeah, it's the problem with these transitions. Is that it's quite hard to keep track of which one. So then we've got this one. And there he is, being saviour to everyone. Yay again. I don't know why he's put them in beetles, but I think that comes out. Then in this one, we have him casting. That looks awful like the image on the cover of Mist. So he's basically said, this is his version of history. If you read the Book of Atris, Atris trapped him there, opened up the fissures, only to close them afterwards, and jumped through them, linking to Mist as he went. The Mist book ended up home, back on Earth, whereas he ended up in Mist, but the book lost and all the fissures closed. But he's obviously rewritten history to say he cast Atris out and down into a fiery pit, or a starry pit. And then he reformed the guilds, or reformed sort of society. So you can see he's made different people. There's assassins, or stabby people. There's schools, some sort of building, trees growing with book pages coming out of them. So he possibly, it's showing that he's been trying to recreate books. As say, if we could read Deny, sadly I can't. I'm not that huge a fan. And then he's showing they're trying to recreate the book. They've cut down trees and turn them, and he's trying to. So this is hinting that he's actually trying to recreate the books. The books themselves had special ink and special paper. I think I might have mentioned this in the first one. Now, so I think that's where it came up. So I can go across here. There's a cavey thing. And this is it. It's actually quite nice. And yeah, it's quite a nice looking game for all of its primitiveness. So if I come down here, again, there's a cliff. Can I go anywhere on that? No. So that's just a dead end by the looks of things. But let's go back up. Let's go across this bridge. See where this takes us. Takes us through some caves. Up, door. Ooh. And again, we've got this Mist thing again of the odd mixes of technology. So am I going to go into this scary chair? Oh, there's some sort of window there. That's a camera by the looks of it. It looks like it's showing a dock or a station of some sort. And there's one here as well, which is showing some sort of temple. Ah! I believe I've opened a door somewhere. So, I don't know if that's useful. Is that the room with the scarabs in it? It might be. I may even go back up. But, let's go in here first. So, we've got two things. Ooh! So that's the close evil cage button. And then if I pull this lever, and it's making a noise. So I don't actually know what that does. But it's a thing. So then we will go back out. Again, that'll be that thing closing behind me. We'll go back through this door. Hope we've not alerted anyone to our presence, because again, it does seem deserted. It seems quite quiet around here. So if we go further, another door, big heavy door here. Let's see what's through here. Ah, that'll be the room that we looked at. And that looks awfully similar to that big cage thing we saw. So looks like there's offerings put to some sort of creature, again all with this star and that logo on it. And we've opened the gate to the temple. I'm actually wanting to see, is there a way? Nope. I think the way in it is here. It's actually a secret entrance if you look what we went through. So let's have another look at that big steel door, if we can find it again. It's up here, I think. I wonder if there's a way I can switch this thing on without sitting in it. Maybe I can push that lever without... No, it doesn't move. So that's a weird thing. So, let's carry on. Now, one of the things I will say about Riven is I do not know this game as well as Myst. I've actually only played it through to the end once. So, I don't have the same background knowledge of it as I did of Myst, which means that I might get stuck more, mill about more, and definitely not get through it as quickly. It's also not split up into easy chunks. Myst has its ages. Riven doesn't. Riven does have islands. There's, I think, 4 or 5 islands. But it doesn't actually... there's not sort of the same separation. You don't sort of finish one island and go on to the next. So, well, button here. And I think I have summoned... done something. Whoa, what do you think flying? Looks like a little tram. And this should be getting me to the second island. So, hopefully, I'm just getting shortened down. So we're going to travel to the next island because it's quite a neat little sequence. Here it comes. Little tram car. And this also, because I'm sure this was where we changed CDs. If I remember, there was a CD for, I think it was 4 CDs, because I think it was a CD for, 2 islands on one, and then an island per CD on the rest. Again, you can see it's very missed, the look and feel of it, these technology mixes. So we've got to turn that handle. Let's close the door. And we're turning this round to then, I'm guessing, push this handle forward and enter. And they've definitely gone full screen video in these, like I say, rather than in Myst where they used windowing quite often to run the video as small as possible. In Riven, the machines were more powerful. Whoa! Why do they always build these things like roller coasters? So they're able to do this as a full screen video, although it hasn't rendered up as well. But hopefully it doesn't look too awful from where you're watching. So here we are, we have arrived. I suppose I should go and see where we've got to. But there, I'm sure, used to be a CD change point used to come up. Please change CDs. So let's have a quick look here, because we are nearly out of time. Anything there? Nope. That's a number. It makes a noise. That's actually for a puzzle later on. Right, so if we go up this staircase, because I think this is taking us onto the main population island. Oh, there's your lift call button again, so I think that'll call the thing back. And we can go up or down. I'm going to go up. Across the bridge. Ah, yes, I believe this is what they called Book Island. So, a number of paths. We can get through there. And there's some of the beetles, like the ones we saw in the kind of church area. Again, you can see that they spent a lot more time in the animations and that sort of thing, just to try and clean things up a bit. So what I'll do is I'm going to leave it here, because I don't want to get too caught up in the game. If you want to see more of Riven, as I said, my preference is not to do another Myst game straight away. But, if there's high demand, I still might decide. I mean, instantly, with this pilot season, I may make my own decision. But please do like and share, because I will take all your views into account. Hence, I wasn't going to do Riven, but someone suggested, I thought, well, at least give it a shot. Let's see how it pans out, etc, etc. So if you like this, please do like and share the video. Please let me know what you think about it. And hopefully I will be back after this start, going through another game in full series. Probably one of the pilots. Almost definitely one of the pilots. So do please let me know which one you think is most successful, and I trust that the most successful one you'll know, because it'll be the one I'm playing. Until then, bye for now.